Are you looking for a cheap and easy way to get into the whole smartwatch craze? For just £20 British you can get the you can get this watch. Now you're probably thinking £20, that's not a lot really, is it? I mean, it probably breaks down a lot, it's flimsy crap. Well, to be fair, this is no luxurious watch. You're not spending hundreds of pounds, you can't do all the fancy stuff. But you are getting what you pay for. And if all you want is a watch that can make and receive calls and texts, then you might be in luck. Now let's start with the good stuff. Connecting this smartwatch to a mobile device is really simple. I mean, I did it with my Cubot X15 and I also paired it with someone's iPhone 6 and the process was simple. All you had to go was go onto Bluetooth and pair the devices using the matching code. Now there is a piece of software that comes with it that you can download onto your Android phone. I'm not sure if it works on an iPhone as it's an APK file. And we'll go into more on that later. Making and receiving calls, it's a fairly easy process. Receiving a call, just hit answer and you can start talking into your watch. Making calls, you've got two options. You can either use the SIM and make a call through your SIM card, or use the Bluetooth and make a call through your phone. Now I tested this out and the person on the other end said they could hear me clearly. I tried it using me as far away from the watch as possible, going like this, and they couldn't hear me. So you do have to be close to the phone, to the watch, for it to work. Using this as my daily device, checking the time mainly, and occasionally answering a call or a text, it got to half of its battery life, or half the battery icon, after 2 days before I started to charge it again. Texting is another issue. Receiving a text, that's perfectly fine, you can easily see it on the screen. Sending a text, well, you can do it on your smartwatch. There isn't any voice command, so you have left having to type. And my fingers aren't particularly big, but I even struggled trying to text this on this thing. I kept hitting the wrong key. After a while I decided to get out my phone and text through that, and it was a lot easier. Navigating the watch is simple. While it's asleep, simply press the button once to wake it up and you can see your time. You can now touch the screen to scroll through the different clock faces. And there's only 3, and I like the first one the best, as the other 2, yeah, not my cup of tea. Holding down the button a second time will get you into the main menu where you can see the time, date, if you've got a SIM card in here, what your network is, battery life, signal, if it's connected to a Bluetooth device or not. You also have a phone button and a phone book button, as long as the menu and tools. Pressing the phone icon will simply get you into the phone menu where you can make a calls for either SIM or Bluetooth, and the phone book, you can see all the people on your phone book. Hitting tools, you can now see if you've got a favourite contact, any alarm clock settings, and FM radio, but you do have to plug in an extra device onto your phone for the FM radio to work, or a music player. If you're playing some music on your phone, it will come out speakers on your smartwatch and it lets you control it from there. Hitting menu will get you to the main menu. On the first menu page you can see messages, call log settings or BT dialer, standard affairs settings, you can change the phone settings, security settings, restore settings. BT dialer is of course using your watch to control your phone through Bluetooth. Remote notify, remote capture. We'll go into more detail about remote capture and how I feel about that. Anti-lost, haven't used that. Bluetooth connector, pedometer, sleep monitor, notification, quick response. That is used to use a QR code to download the file onto your phone, the extra software. Smart search and alarm again, calendar, calculator, profiles, that's so if you want silent, vibrate, file manager if you're taking any pictures on your smartwatch, themes, that's just different backgrounds for your phone, audio player again, music, FM radio again, camera, you can use the camera on your smartwatch. It's not particularly great, it's only a 0.3 megapixel camera, so don't expect the images to look great. And a video recorder, again, 0.3 megapixel camera, don't expect anything amazing. image viewer to see your images, video player to record, see your videos black, sound recorder, record sound, browser, that's if you've got the SIM card in, you can browse the web, SIM toolkit, if you've got a SIM in there, you can use that. WhatsApp, Facebook and Twitter, I have not been able to use, I believe that uses the SIM. Now as mentioned before, there's some additional software you can download onto your phone for your smartwatch. Now, as I was downloading it, an error or a warning did pop up saying there might be, oh, this is safe, this isn't safe. But I haven't had any problems downloading it. The interface is simple enough, but there isn't much to it. I mean, I've only used the Find the Watch button, and all that did was just make my watch vibrate. Finally, let's talk about design. Now, at a glance, and at a close range, the smartwatch looks fine. Except for there's a plastic bit that goes on top of the camera, and there's a cutout on the watch surface for it, but it sticks out like a sore thumb. I wish it would stay in. Now onto the screen. It's 240 pixels by 240. While that does a decent job of looking through text messages, making a phone call, etc, etc, using the remote capture on it, sometimes it can be difficult to see what your phone is picking up, as it doesn't go full screen on the smartwatch. It uses a very small section, and that can be quite difficult to tell what you're looking at, and it would just be easier to look through your phone. One final point to make before I go on to conclusion is that I've noticed, and someone else has the same watch as me noticed, that the smartwatch can disconnect from your phone from time to time for no apparent reason. It happens throughout the day. It will suddenly just disconnect and then reconnect. I don't know if it's the Bluetooth signal on my phone or on the watch, but someone else had it and they had a similar problem as it disconnecting and not connecting. They also had a problem with connecting their smartwatch to the iPhone. I'm not sure what iPhone it was. It may have been a 5, but I know it worked on an iPhone 6. So, final thoughts. Is it worth it? Well, so far I've had it for just over a week and I'm happy with it. It does everything I thought it would do, and maybe a little bit more. Sure, I can't connect to WhatsApp, Twitter or Facebook for it, and I don't want to use the browser because you can only use that through SIM, but since it just notifies me when I get texts or a phone call and I don't have to get my phone out of my pocket, it does its job perfectly, and it can also tell the time. So, would I recommend it? For £20? Yeah, I can recommend it. Though it may bite me on the arse later on. Oh, hi there. Thanks for watching the video. If you'd like to see more, click the links here. And also remember to follow me on Twitter. Cheers.